Hello again, ladies, gentlemen, and fellow non-binary daisies. Apparently you like to see me rage, since now that we've got the worst commercials out of the way, we have to revisit the worst PSAs. Much like my favorites, they haven't changed much, so let's get this over with. Roll the intro.
Hey, Peter, have you ever heard of Daria?
I'm not a meth dealer. I just play one on TV. It's a character I've chosen to portray. But if you decide to use meth, it could be the last choice you ever get to make. You won't be able to turn off the voices in your head.
Shut up!
You won't decide how to spend your time. You'll lose the ones closest to you.
You don't know anything! I hate you!
Your skin won't even feel like it's yours. Think you're trapped in a life with no freedom to do what you want? You choose meth, and you'll learn what being trapped really is. But hey, it's your choice.
To be honest, I don't think this is too bad compared to the other PSAs on this list, but it's the fact that Bryan Cranston is the one delivering this message of all people. You know, the man who famously plays Walter White, Heisenberg. Yeah, that guy. And it's got even more dramatic cuts than an Indian soap opera and my newer intros combined. If it weren't so overdramatic, I'd actually say it's a really good local PSA, but alas, the editing undercuts its seriousness.
The pirates are out to get you. Don't let them brand you with their mark. Piracy funds organised crime and will destroy our film and video industry. Piracy costs jobs and will destroy our music and publishing industry. Piracy funds terrorism and will destroy our development and your future enjoyment. Don't touch the hot stuff. Cool is copyright. Copyright is a matter of fact.
If you have any knowledge of the manufacture or sale of counterfeit film and video product or related software, please call our UK hotline on 020-8568-6646 or in the Republic of Ireland 01-882-8565. In Australia, you should call the Australasian Film and Video Security Office on 1-800-251-996. Or for New Zealand, the New Zealand Film and Video Security Office on 0800-275-002. Your support will help end the distribution of poor quality product.
Don't let the pirates burn a hole in your pocket.
You mean to tell me that there are people over 10 years older than me scared of this? Be so for real. This is about as scary as every Child's Play movie since Bride of Chucky. Yes, tropers, I'm indeed aware of you. I'm trying to see if y'all keep track of my roasts of various things. But that aside, this shit is so over the top it makes Ram Ranch seem reasonable in comparison. Piracy funds terrorism? The fuck, piracy is why this channel even exists. You want to know what is really bringing down the media industry? The absolute garbage that they pump out lately.
Dub, what's wrong with you? Tonsillitis?
Appendicitis?
Yeah! Nobody's died of tonsillitis around here for a while.
Appendicitis.
Nothing to worry about. Scalpel?
What if the joint were in somebody else's hand, like your surgeon, your lawyer, or your local policeman? Would you still say marijuana is harmless?
No, let's see if I can still make a straight line.
Holy fucking shit, this one's a classic. Like, the idea would be scary, but the surgeon plays it way too hilariously for it to be scary. Also, if that one Grey's Anatomy episode, as much as that show may play things up for drama, taught me anything, alcoholic surgeons that need to be drunk to do surgery do exist. So, a stoner surgeon might not be out of the question. Also, like, it's weed. Not coke, not booze, not any of that. Literally one of the most chill substances out there. Maybe don't be chiefing back fat darts in the OR, but otherwise you're fine. And I know, a bit biased, totally not because there is a joint in my paw. Like, bro, I'm not a role model. If it's legal in your place of residence and you're old enough, go smoke a joint. I don't give a shit.
Once again, folks, item J343 is the Surfing Monkey Coin Bank. It's great for graduations, wedding gifts, and I believe we sold out on this one last time, so please do not let this one pass you by. Now let's go to caller Scott in Nashville.
Hello.
Now, Scott, I understand you just bought 15 of our Surfing Monkey Banks. Is that true?
Yeah. Chill, man. I'm on TV.
And this was meant to dissuade people from smoking weed. How? I think I've implied that I find anti-weed PSAs fucking stupid. I smoke a lot of this stuff, and well, it's common sense among stoners that you don't watch the shopping channel with your credit card within reach. But fuck, this stoner seems so happy with his 15 Surfing Monkey coin bags. Like, it's drip, and the surfing monkey looks a little special, but 15? Again, how was this meant to stop people from smoking weed?
This is crack. Rock cocaine. It isn't glamorous or cool or kid stuff. It's the most addictive kind of cocaine, and it can kill you. What's really bad is nobody knows how much it takes. So every time you use it, you risk dying. It isn't worth it. Look, everybody wants to be cool, but doing it with crack isn't just wrong. It could be dead wrong.
Of all people to be lecturing people about crack, you're gonna have the late host of Pee-wee's Playhouse? You know, the man who lived in an absolute LSD trip of a house? That guy? And this story's even funnier. Basically, Paul Rubens jorked it, and by it, let's just say his peanuts, in a porno theater, and was made to do community service. And this PSA was that. Penis rocket. Damn, between my mommy issues, weird hear me outs, and the shit I say on this fucking channel, Freud would either have a field day with me or have a fucking stroke. Anyways, yes, you did just to see a phallic rocket use the fucking sun as a condom and go into a black hole. Really putting the bang in the Big Bang Theory, I see. And holy fuck, if its weirdness didn't put it in its place, that strobe-filled ending did. Fuck! Did the makers of this PSA take some of Pee Wee Herman's crack? Yes, I did put this PSA right after that one just to make this joke. Sue me for being funny. This would be lower on the list if it weren't for that baller-ass music taste. Window Licker by Aphex Twin, an amazing soundtrack. Now, it's a riff on older, better PSAs where they show various random things going on while you pay attention to something else. Truth be told, I think aside from it being a PSA trying to be relevant, it's actually pretty good, and I dig the aesthetic. But it capitalizes on viral memes in such a cringeworthy way that I do understand its inclusion on others' lists, and therefore on this one.
Hey, what's up? How's that party the other night?
It was alright. But there was this guy, and he's with his girlfriend, and he's trying to get her to do something that she didn't want to do.
So what'd you do about it?
I didn't do anything.
What? Guys, don't be like my friend here who didn't do anything. Not doing anything is part of the problem.
Fucking hell, I had a better time understanding Boomhauer than I did this guy. The line delivery feels like they were forced to do this. I feel like this PSA had a negative budget. It had to in order to be this shoddy. It makes that one knee brace commercial seem like Emmy material with how fucking low budget it is. I can't help but laugh at its utter stupidity.
One day, Alex and Sam were mucking around on their phones.
Why don't we take a selfie? Yeah.
Then Sam had an idea.
I'll take a picture.
What if they sent a picture of Alex's willy to their friend Katie? You know, the kind that disappears in a few seconds. When Katie saw it, she thought it was very funny. So she screen grabbed the picture and sent it to her friends. And they sent it to theirs. And the next day at school,
Newsflash! The world sees Alex's willy.
Alex even got a message from a bully. He then got one from a man he didn't know. Sometimes children share things they shouldn't online. And the effects can be devastating.
NSPCC making a bad PSA? Color me surprised. But I guess even the greats have their flops, and by God, this is their worst. Now, in real life, Alex would be considered the victim of a horrible crime. Also, why the fuck are these grown-ass adults yelling at this child that they saw his wee-wee? As I said on the first iteration of this countdown, is this town populated entirely by nonces? Also, your Willie is rubbish? What kind of fucking insult is that? Then the nonce himself we see is briefly kind of creepy.
Please give us a pound, or we'll have to pull the trigger.
Well, here's a PSA that the RSPCA really missed the mark on. Like, I do understand what the fuck they were going for. If they have no money, they have to shut down, and thus the animals they rescued will be condemned to death, but like, you couldn't have done it better than openly holding a gun to a dog's head? The fuck?
I'm Captain Lou Albano talking to you about drugs. Kids, don't be afraid to say no. Anyone that asks you to use drugs is not your friend. Drugs can and will kill. Remember, don't be afraid to turn to your priest, your rabbi, your minister, your moms, your dads, your teachers, because drugs can kill. And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Please.
I love this PSA. It's pretty informative, and I understand he was saying if you do drugs, your life will be a literal living hell. But it's undermined by it being Super fucking Mario, of all people, telling you all this. Like, I understand this was the 80s and 90s these aired during, and, like, fucking Super Mario was everywhere. But the lesson is undermined by Super Mario being the one who tells you not to do drugs.
I'd like more children off their heads on drugs.
I'd like more kids beaten senseless by their parents.
I'd like more children dropping out of school.
I'd like more suicidal children.
I'd like more child prostitutes.
I'd like more daughters sexually abused by their fathers.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck? Come on, there are much better ways to get this point across than hoping horrible things happen to children. I understand they want more lines and want to help more people, but you could do it so much better than saying you want children on drugs, being raped, and suicidal. And you've done so much better than this before. I'm not mad, just disappointed.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Can I bum a cig?
You're a smoker?
No, I never even bought my own pack.
It's a trap.
I only smoke on Saturdays, so it doesn't even count. It's a trap.
I'm not a smoker. I'm gonna do yoga tomorrow.
Oh my god, it's a trap!
It tastes like tropical kumquats, so it can't be bad for me.
It's a trap!
Unicorn. I'll quit when I graduate.
'Tis indeed a trap.
I only smoke when I...
Oh, it's a trap!
This is by far the most fucking how do you do, fellow kids I've ever seen. Honestly, I feel like I got more cancer from this ad than the fucking cigarettes, just because of how much fucking cringe this fucking thing contains. It's way more fun to rip apart than actually watch. Like, it's basically Xfinity's The Memesteins taken up to 11 and extended to a whole fucking minute. Please. Please let there be something so bad it's funny.
Breaking news. Traffic fatalities are spiking in Connecticut, and state officials say texting while driving is one of the major contributing factors.
Every distraction is a beast. Don't be the prey. Please don't text and drive. A message from the Connecticut Department of Transportation.
Consider my prayers fucking answered. I saw this PSA in my driver's ed course at me and Dan's program, and me and my husband could not stop laughing at it. Not only are the tentacles so obviously AI, but like, you didn't think for a second that maybe tentacles are not the best monster to use in a PSA campaign directed towards Gen Z? Come on, DOT, you can do so much fucking better. I'm ashamed of you guys. You can do so much better. But then again, if this PSA and this clip from our House of Representatives isn't proof that Connecticut is run by out-of-touch boomers...
Representative Buckby of the 67th.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you.
Morning.
I rise to actually point of personal privilege, but I want to point something out to the Speaker directly without taking a tremendous amount of time, sir. But you are aware I usually stand up and mention that I represent the best town in the USA. That's kind of an ongoing thing. I'm sure you recall. But did you know why, Mr. Speaker?
Why it's the best town?
Well, I think you recognize my district number, and I think I have no choice but to say it officially that I represent 6-7.
Then I don't know what fucking is.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. And if I stared too long, I'd probably break down and cry. Oh, sweet child of
Since 2000, speeding has killed a classroom of our children. Shame on you. You can never control the consequences if you speed.
Holy fucking shit, you can tell how long someone's been in the PSA community, depending on whether they're scared of this or find it laughable. Me, personally, I'm the latter. I mean, no fucking shit. I've been in this community for 10 years. Like, we're genuinely supposed to find this scary. I've seen more realistic scenarios in the newer Fast and Furious movies. And do you know how low the bar has to be for the fucking modern Fast and Furious movies to seem realistic to you? 1, that car flip is unrealistic as fuck. 2, the children don't even try to run. They just fucking stand there and get flattened as the teachers fucking watch. Oh, well, they were all little fucking cunts anyways. Good fucking riddance. Not to mention all the hilarious edits of the PSA.
This.
So, would you mind stepping out of the car and doing a breath test?
Look, you had 2 pints, you're over the limit. That's a 12-month ban and a criminal record.
Hey, it's company policy. I've got to let you go.
I know it's only got 20,000 on the clock, but that's my final offer.
Oh, I'm sorry, son. I'd like to help, but don't think we can afford to. You'll have to ask your mother.
Me? How could you be so stupid? Oh, that's just great, Matt. No licence, no job. Now what?
So, what's it going to be?
You know, I've seen a lot of shitty PSAs when this is only number 9. I actually kind of respect it for making such an impact on the PSA community. It's Back to the Past's famous most hated PSA, and quite a few other PSA reviewers hate it. Me, considering it's just below the middle of this list, I am personally indifferent. Adrian Schiller is trying his hardest and I commend him on this, but this one-man show was never going to be good. It's an amazing concept, but terribly executed.
Burn up in that hot suit today.
Boy, I hate that darn
Holy fucking shit, it's what I deemed the funniest PSA of all time. Everything about this PSA is so fucking goofy, I just can't. And I know I'm the last girl to speak on bad editing, considering I seem to be stuck in the 2000s, but at least my shit looks good. All these scenarios are so over the top, you'd think this is an American parody of Forklift Driver Klaus, which is in and of itself a parody of workplace safety videos. And that song, oh my god, it's so off-key and it's so poorly written. It's what made me laugh most of all. It is my personal favorite example of being so bad it's good. Okay, to be fair, this was never actually released by WWF, but it was made for them, and thus it more than qualifies for this list. Fucking hell, I make a lot of 9/11 jokes, but they did this in earnest. Now, there's just some comparisons you don't fucking make, and this is one of them. I understand this wasn't a PSA made in America, but in Brazil and America, two countries that have very close relationships, this was obviously going to be controversial. So they had to have known this was going to be tasteless, to say the least. And if you had to make this comparison, you could have done it without showing all the fucking 9/11s. Although I'm pretty sure the shot of all the planes flying into the New York City skyline have become a meme in this community.
Almost 400 years ago, African Americans were brought to this continent in chains. Stripped of their dignity, torn from their families, they never surrendered till they were free. Don't dishonor them by becoming a slave to heroin, cocaine, and crack. Make no mistake, drug abuse is the new slavery.
I see that there being absolutely no R&D isn't just a problem with commercials. Look, I understand what you were going for, but this might just be one of the most unintentionally racist PSAs I've ever seen. Like, there are some comparisons you just don't fucking go for. And if you must, there are surprisingly tasteful ways to do so. But tribal music and showing black people in chains with the most horrible editing isn't in the slightest. A PSA that encourages suicide. I don't know, have you learned from the last countdown that trivializing suicide is never a good thing? How the fuck did you make this in good faith? I hate this PSA so fucking much. But yes, this is the first in a batch of some of the most horrifyingly tasteless PSAs I have ever watched. I hate it so fucking much. Cigarettes aren't good, but obviously neither is encouraging suicide. Okay, so Antonia from the editing panel here. So, I'm just gonna say, if you're not familiar with this PSA, it's very loud. It's very fucking loud. So, whatever instructions you see in this PSA, don't fucking listen to them. And even if you do, for your own good, I've lowered the volume of the PSA. But if you want to skip it to, I don't know, avoid an anxiety attack even better, here is the timestamp. Glad I lowered the volume so you don't get a panic attack or ear raped, I bet you are. Whoever the fuck made this an unskippable ad on YouTube, I would say kill yourself. But one, that's far too childish and uncouth for me to throw around. And two, you clearly don't have a lot of brain cells, so I'm not gonna tell a mentally handicapped person to kill themselves. Yeah, getting woken up by this on YouTube at 3 a.m. was not my idea of a good time. Like, this could have caused car accidents if you're using YouTube for music. This made people have panic attacks. Genuinely, fuck this PSA. To the makers of it, you're worse than those beyond performative vegan activists who pour fake blood in fast food joints and play pig screams through megaphones. Yeah, I already hate the video games cause violence point they were trying to make, but holy fucking shit, this ad was tone deaf. Can you say too soon? Yeah, Dora, I'm not copying your 3-minute pauses. Fuck you, bitch. Anyways, stupid message aside, when so many politicians have made in America, why the fuck did you think it was a good idea to make a PSA turning Columbine into an FPS? There's a reason this used to be the cover photo for TV tropes so bad it's horrible. Genuinely, this is the only thing made in worse taste, PSA-wise, than cheaper ways.
I am autism. I'm visible in your children, but if I can help it, I am invisible to you until it's too late. I know where you live, and guess what? I live there too. I hover around all of you. I know no color barrier, no religion, no morality, no currency. I speak your language fluently, and with every voice I take away, I acquire yet another language. I work very quickly. I work faster than pediatric AIDS, cancer, and diabetes combined. And if you are happily married, I will make sure that your marriage fails. Your money will fall into my hands, and I will bankrupt you for my own self-gain. I don't sleep, so I make sure you don't either. I will make it virtually impossible for your family to easily attend a temple, a birthday party, a public park, without a struggle, without embarrassment, without pain. You have no cure for me. Your scientists don't have the resources, and I relish their desperation. Your neighbors are happier to pretend that I don't exist, of course, until it's their child. I am autism. I have no interest in right or wrong. I derive great pleasure out of your loneliness. I will fight to take away your hope. I will plot to rob you of your children and your dreams. I will make sure that every day you wake up, you will cry, wondering who will take care of my child after I die. And the truth is, I am still winning, and you are scared. And you should be. I am autism. You ignored me. That was a mistake.
And to autism I say,
I am a father,
a mother, a grandparent,
brother,
a sister.
We will spend every waking hour trying to weaken you.
We don't need sleep because we will not rest until you do.
Family can be much stronger than autism ever anticipated, and we will not be intimidated by you, nor will the love and strength of my community.
I am a parent riding towards you, and you can push me off this horse time and time again, but I will get up, climb back on, and ride on with the message.
Autism, you forget who we are. You forget who you are dealing with. You forget the spirit of mothers and daughters and fathers and sons.
We are
the United Kingdom. United States.
We are Argentina.
We are Russia.
We are the European Union.
We are the United Nations.
We are coming together in all climates.
We call on all faiths. We search with technology
and voodoo,
prayer and herbs, genetic studies,
and a growing awareness you never anticipated.
We have had challenges, but we are the best when overcoming them.
We speak the only language that matters, love for our children.
Our capacity to love is greater than your capacity to overwhelm.
Autism is naive.
You are alone. We are a community of warriors.
We have a voice. You think because some of our children cannot speak, we cannot hear them? That is autism's weakness.
You think that because my child lives behind a wall, I am afraid to knock it down with my bare hands?
You have not properly been introduced to this community of parents and grandparents, of siblings and friends and school teachers, therapists, pediatricians and scientists.
Autism, if you are not scared, you should be.
When you came for my child, you forgot.
You came for me.
Autism, are you listening?
What can I say about this one that I haven't said already? Well, there is one thing. In addition to it being one of the most mindlessly vitriolic things I have ever seen, it just drags on so fucking long. Now, normally PSAs this hateful are shocking because of how condensed the message is, but this runs a good 3 minutes. For comparison, I spent 3 months waiting for my fucking tits to grow, and I still had more fun waiting, almost 14,610 times the length of this godforsaken PSA. It's so goddamn boring, in addition to its mindless vitriol. It's just 3 minutes of this narrator mindlessly fear-mongering about autism. Autism did none of that shit to me. You know what it fucking made me do? Get a hyperfixation on PSAs and commercials. Become cracked at editing. Start taking E. Fuck. Some people might actually take that last one seriously. My gender dysphoria, completely unrelated, was what led to that last part happening. I didn't fucking ruin my family's lives. All that shit I said I'd rather do than watch this 2-3 fucking years ago, it still stands. You hear me? It still stands.
Hey, dance it. Dance it. The hair pulling.
You can't really take a day off of autism.
Autism never took a day off on me.
A lot of ways, she's like a baby. She's just bigger. She needs constant attention. She can't be left alone for a minute. She always has to have my attention, and it's exhausting.
In 1 year, we had 3 kids who were diagnosed with spectrum disorders.
He used to take his clothes off a lot, and we're working on that.
He doesn't speak much at all.
Hi. He has never spoken a single word.
Everything about Daniel's life that seems normal for a typical kid, like going out to dinner or going to a park, all that for us is work.
Oh, good. A little bit more. I'm almost done.
It's impossible for me to talk on the phone at home.
Take your plate and bring it to the kitchen.
I so hope I won't be changing diapers when he's 6½.
I didn't choose to do this. I'm not a therapist. I was drafted. I have an autistic child.
Everything I do is about autism. Do you want to do the alphabet or the numbers?
Do you want to go up? Okay. I have to stay home with him because I have to facilitate the therapist, going here, going there, the medication, the constant medical appointments.
I really had to give up my entire life as I knew it.
Well, I left the job that I never intended to leave.
And I did have to quit my job.
Our entire social life revolves around autism, and all of our friends are parents of children with autism.
The parents of autistic children often stick together, and we have to.
Because they understand if your kid is having a meltdown and there's no judgment, it's just that's how it is.
You know, it's very hard to maintain friendships with people that have no idea, like, just how difficult your life is on a day-to-day basis.
They have no idea how easy it is compared to this. You know, your heart is breaking all day long. You know, you think about his future and all the pain he's in, and I don't think they can understand that.
And the parents who were going out for bagels together and are like, oh, do you want to come for a bagel? And I think, yes, in another life, I'd love to come for a bagel. But right now, I have to write down what he's doing so we can go home and work on that. And then I have to take the other 2 to therapy. So, no, I can't go for a bagel. Danson ran out the door himself, which was absolutely terrifying. It was freezing cold, no shirt on, and no shoes on.
Daniel had walked at the front door.
He got away from me, and he was running down the middle of First Avenue.
She took off once, and we had to call the police.
I immediately called the police.
I was just running straight on into traffic.
Daniel wouldn't look at traffic.
Running, sprinting down to that traffic light.
He's gonna get hit by a car.
I really was sure that he would be struck by a car.
People were beeping.
My heart was racing.
And I felt my life going in like slow motion.
Anything could have happened.
It's very scary. It's very, very scary.
I feel like I'm playing this game, which is life or death to me. Can't you just keep your child quiet? No.
People have no idea what it's like to have a child with autism.
Bessie? He's too old for that. He shouldn't be having that. We're just judged more harshly and more constantly and expected to do things that no human being should be expected to do.
Why is she screaming?
Why is he hitting himself?
What are you doing to her? Why are you making her cry?
And I say, well, you know, are you an expert in autism?
It's always heartbreaking. When Jody was on the swings and crying, the other moms were sort of looking and wondering why this 8.5-year-old girl was screaming and carrying on because she didn't want to get on a swing.
I would like people to second guess themselves when they look at me and they think that A, I can't control my kid, or B, I'm abusing my child because he's screaming. Have a little bit more understanding, a little bit more compassion, and show that to your children as well.
I'm an educator, and here I have a child that I have no idea how to teach. Okay, come on in your seat. This morning I wanted Danson to sit with me and do a puzzle. Put that in the puzzle. He could care less. You know, when he feels like doing it, he will sit there and do that whole puzzle in 30 seconds, or he won't.
And I was a grown woman afraid of the phone ringing because it was the school principal calling me saying she had bitten someone or she had kicked a kid or she had hit a teacher.
And that's why they have special ed classes. They don't want Daniel to be disruptive. They don't want a lot of times for their kids to have to deal with that.
When he turns 5, I wish so much that he could go to kindergarten here.
He can't go to kindergarten. You know, my school district doesn't have, they don't have anything appropriate for him.
There are parents who are forced to put kids in schools that are completely overcrowded and 12 kids and 1 teacher, and the kids don't make progress. But I remember that was a very scary moment for me when I realized I had sat in the car for about 15 minutes and actually contemplated putting Jody in the car and driving off the George Washington Bridge, and that would be preferable to having to put her in one of these schools. And it's only because of Lauren, the fact that I have another child, that I probably didn't do it.
Take little Matthias off your hands. I love you.
Say bye. Matthias was 4 months old when Christian was diagnosed. It just took a lot of the naturalness, the joy of having a baby out of the equation because we were always filled with fear.
Bye. 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 And I have Lauren, whose babyhood I missed because she was 2 months old when Jody was diagnosed.
I see Pooh Bear's house. What do you see, Jody?
And so the first 2 years of Lauren's life are a complete blur.
He wants to fix Christian, and he makes a big show about examining people.
I don't want anybody to make fun of her.
It's sad. I forget sometimes that he lost Christian too.
I wish I had a sister without autism.
When you have a child with autism, I think the rate for divorce is like 80%.
Having a child who needs what Danson needs made it really difficult for me to balance my life and be a mother and have a job and be a wife. I didn't give that marriage what I could have because I had nothing left to give.
We never have any time to be together. It's always one of us with Jody.
It was just an angry time where I think both felt so helpless and did not know what to do and really sort of turned on each other.
It's very hard to manage the emotional issues, the financial issues, which are huge.
We had to borrow money from my parents. We had to borrow money from my sister so that we could create this environment for the kids. But all the money in the world, the $50,000 that we're in debt, is all about the autism.
What I spend on the medical activities that the insurance companies are not paying for, it's a large number.
We had a big leak in the living room that was coming down in like a bucket. It's been over 2 years and those holes are still there because we don't have any money to fix that.
We keep saying that we're just sending, Daniel to Harvard over and over again every year for the rest of his life.
We just keep taking out loans to pay the bills, and we pay for special food and extra therapies, all out of loans. So you just keep borrowing, and you just keep trying, and you just keep being disappointed, and you just keep going broke.
Danson goes through phases where he doesn't sleep for 2 or 3 weeks, and you're up all night.
It's like you have a hangover the next day, but you didn't have any fun the night before.
The only solace he will find is if we're driving around. So I literally have driven around in the car all night long.
You wake up like in a frat house. I wake up here, sleeping on the couch. I'm in my other son's room. I'm there. Christian's sleeping sideways across our bed. I mean, we just pass out.
It occurs to me that this is insane. My life is completely insane at this moment.
I have to live forever. Nothing can happen to me.
I can never die.
I don't think there's a day that doesn't go by where I don't think about, oh, what happens when I'm not here? Who's going to take care of Daniel?
I'm panicking because I didn't write an updated list of what to do in case something happens to me. I've got to write who's in charge of his program, what doctors he goes to, what vitamins and supplements he needs, and what the plan is, because it's all up to me.
You first get diagnosed and you say to yourself, I'm going to do a year of really hard work and he's going to be fine, he's going to be better. And then the year comes by and you're like, okay, maybe 2 years, and then maybe 3 years. And then you realize, okay, so basically this is lifelong.
I imagined Little League and trips and vacations and girlfriends, and it's taken me a very long time to let those dreams go.
Christian's a human being who's fighting so hard like you can't believe. And what's been taken from him is it's indescribable.
Jackson is never going to get married and never going to have kids. When I'm at somebody else's wedding and they're dancing with their mother, what I would do to dance with Jackson,
he is trying so hard to stay in himself, and I'm trying so hard to pull him out all the time. Look up, let me see your face. Okay.
I think that they have this misconception that all our kids are just mentally retarded and that's it, and what can you do, what can be done, and we want to change that.
I know that science is making great breakthroughs, and my hope is that by the time Lauren's ready to have a baby, we'll have a cure, or we'll understand how to prevent autism.
I'm never going to say, you know, I quit. It's not really my vocabulary. I assume it's not in a lot of autistic parents' vocabulary.
I just cannot accept we have to throw away this generation of children. No way.
if you don't think positively, you won't make it through the day.
Danson is my greatest teacher, and I know that, and he teaches me something every single day.
When I see him do something that we've worked so hard on and he's worked so hard on, it gives me hope that he'll get there. It's just going to take a long time.
He's very, very loving to me.
Say, I love you, Mommy.
I love you, Mommy.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
This was more of a documentary, but because it had a message central to the documentary, I'm counting it as a PSA. And I think you know the moment that put it this high on the list. The shit the mom said about wanting to kill herself and her autistic daughter, but only stopped because she had a quote-unquote normal child she didn't. Now this video ran 13 minutes, as you saw. And because I am dedicated to showing PSAs in their full original glory, or in this case, shame, I have put you through it. Well, within reason, anyway. You'll see that come my 4th of July special. There are times I'm willing to condense an entry. This PSA showcases an overwhelmingly negative view of autism, with parents bitching and moaning about how their children won't be normal. I fucking hate that word. I'm not saying autism doesn't make life difficult. It absolutely does. But this shit is fucking sickening. I didn't think a single PSA by this company could make me rage more than I am autism. But because the bar was in hell, you still somehow decided to go lower. But somehow, some way, there is something worse than this. And now for some dishonorable mentions.
I'm Michael Jordan. McDonald's restaurants have given me this time to talk to you about something we both really care about: kids. Kids are the reason McDonald's sponsors their Get It Straight program, a national drug awareness effort. Think about this. Many of you using drugs out there now are under 18. Do you realize that at 18, you have lived only 1/4 of your life? When you're using drugs, You're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be. And believe me, if you don't use drugs, you can just about be anything you want to be. Listen, you got at least 3/4 of your life to go. That's 3 more lifetimes to you. So don't blow it. Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help. McDonald's wants you to give yourself a chance to find out all the wonderful things you really can be. And so do I.
I fucking love this PSA/commercial. But if it fits, it fits. As much of a classic as this PSA is, it's ironic that McDonald's, of all companies, is telling your kids not to do drugs. And Michael's line delivery is alright, but his lines themselves are so ridiculous. I already went over his standouts in the last video, so to recap, a lot of this commercial is so memeable, but hey, it's pretty good compared to the other shit I saw. Come on guys, you know the rules. No sex on YouTube. I can't show you this PSA uncensored because YouTube would clap my cheeks, even though I often push the boundaries with what I show. This is too far. I really have no words left to say on this. Who thought Hitler porn was a good idea for an anti-AIDS PSA?
One man held me down,
while another touched me.
I was so scared.
I didn't know what I had done wrong.
After, I felt like I was nothing. They got me pregnant.
They use my body.
I make them money.
To them,
I'm an object.
They've called me bitch.
I feel.
This is not okay. I wouldn't wish this onto anyone.
This hurts.
I feel everything.
And I feel
worthless.
Because I am you.
Only different.
Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? I'm not gonna go into why this PSA makes me so mad. If you know, you know. And I've talked to death about this shitty company, and I'd rather not talk about them more than I have to. It's bad enough that I've given them attention through my most popular countdown of all, which I know is ironic considering one of their PSAs ended up on this list, but well, your girl's dedicated to her countdowns. Fuck me.
What have you found?
Wait for Daddy. Don't go too far.
I really wanted to make a 9/11 joke on this one, but I deemed that it would go over your heads, unlike the planes. The fact that even without me making a 9/11 joke, this ad would be impossible to take seriously really says something. Now, for one, power stations are built to be stronger than any other building. So if this plane were hijacked and crashed into the station, it's gonna crunch up like a monster can between my thighs. And no, you perverts are not getting a visual example of that, because that isn't my fucking point. 2, the plane itself is obviously chroma keyed in. Motherfucker looks like that MLG police car crash green screen. 3, the acting. Oh god, the acting. Like, it's not as offensive as the other PSAs in the later part of the countdown proper, but it's still horrendous.
I had it all. Cars, clothes, a house in Malibu, and Kev. He was always the life of the party.
Hey, who wants more of my area?
Look at Kane cross-eyed.
I made out with you yet?
Look at that drunk fool.
Yeah, but he's such a fox.
Who wants to do body shots?
You smell good.
Whoa, I'm hammered.
Girl, you need to ditch his drunk ass.
Your sister's hot.
Whatever. But suddenly, things would never be the same. Slow down, you're going too fast.
Honey, you know I drive better when I'm drunk. Baby, you still love me, right, baby?
Now Kev's still the life of the party.
Please be gentle.
But me? My pool party days are over. Remember, kids, I used to be pretty, and now I have one eye. Don't drink and drive.
It has a prison rape joke. Need I say more? And now the worst PSA I have ever seen.
I'm Lieutenant Williams, a police officer attached to the Juvenile Division. I'm on my way to Monroe Junior High School to talk to a group of young people. That looks innocent enough, doesn't it? Lots of young people hitchhike. Seems like a good way to get from one place to another. But sometimes there are dangers involved that never meet the eye. Let's take the case of Jimmy Barnes. Jimmy played baseball all afternoon, and he didn't feel like walking home, so he decided to thumb a ride. He'd done it 100 times before, and he didn't think anything was unusual when the driver struck up a friendly conversation. In fact, he seemed like a real nice guy. He asked Jimmy if he played baseball in the park often. Jimmy told him they practiced 3 times a week and played a rival group on Friday afternoon. The stranger was a good listener, too, and it only seemed minutes before they pulled up in front of Jimmy's house. When Jimmy got out, the stranger gave him a friendly pat. Then he told him he'd see him again, as he always drove by the park on his way home. Sure enough, the following day, when Jimmy finished playing ball, well, the man was there waiting. They stopped at a drive-in, and the stranger treated him to a Coke. During their conversation, he told several off-color jokes, but Jimmy had heard others before, and, well, it made him feel big to so easily win the confidence of an older person. The following Saturday, they went fishing together. By now, they were using first names. Ralph said it was more friendly. Jimmy hadn't enjoyed himself so much in a long time. Then during lunch, Ralph showed him some pornographic pictures. Jimmy knew he shouldn't be interested, but, well, he was curious. What Jimmy didn't know was that Ralph was sick, a sickness that was not visible like smallpox, but no less dangerous and contagious, a sickness of the mind. You see, Ralph was a homosexual, a person who demands an intimate relationship with members of their own sex. But by now, Jimmy felt a fondness for Ralph, and they continued to go places together. Ralph was generous and took Jimmy many interesting places and did many nice things for him. He bought presents and even gave him money, but payments were expected in return. You see, Jimmy hadn't recognized Ralph's approach soon enough. When Ralph first asked Jimmy to go fishing alone, he should have discussed it with his parents or teacher. Finally, Jimmy told his parents, and they reported it to the juvenile authorities. Ralph was arrested, and Jimmy was released on probation in the custody of his parents. But all homosexuals are not passive. Some resort to violence, as in the case of Mike Merrick. In the heat of competition, no one noticed the man who sat and watched. And when the game broke up and the others left, Mike decided to stay and practice a little longer. The stranger joined him. He was friendly and, well, it was better than playing alone. But after a few shots, Mike realized he had already overstayed his time and suggested he better leave. The stranger told him if he'd like to stay longer, he'd be glad to drive him home when they finished. Sounded great to Mike. Chance to play longer and get a ride home, too. When they finished, the stranger told him he'd make a fine player someday if he got lots of practice. The companionship, the praise, the friendly attitude dispelled any misgivings Mike might have had about going with a stranger. He probably never realized until too late that he was riding in the shadow of death. But sometime that evening, Mike Merrick traded his life for a newspaper headline. As Denny and Jerry got the papers ready for Jerry's afternoon delivery, they only casually noticed the two boys that raced by in the afternoon traffic, and they didn't pay much attention to the car that drew up shortly afterwards until the man called them over. Had two boys been by on bicycles? The boys nodded they had. Could they recognize them if they saw them again? Well, Denny guessed he could. Then hop in, the man said. Those are stolen bikes. Without giving it another thought, Denny got in and the car sped away. Jerry watched. He'd been told many times, if a friend got in a car with a stranger, to write down the license number. It didn't seem to apply, but, well, fortunately, he marked it down. When he delivered a paper to Denny's house, he asked his mother if they'd caught the boys that had stolen the bicycles. Denny hadn't returned, so he told her the story and gave her the paper with the license number. being a careful parent, she decided to call the police. Jerry supplied the necessary information, and the stranger's car was quickly spotted. It was a good example of how important it is to always get the license number and description of any stranger who takes a young person off alone, no matter what they tell you. Public restrooms can often be a hangout for the homosexual. Bobby and his friends hadn't noticed the man who had been in the restroom when they changed, and as it was late, he suggested they take the shortcut under the pier, but the others preferred to take the more traveled way home. When Bobby recognized the stranger as the man in the restroom, the shortcut under the pier didn't seem like a good idea at all. After all, it's more fun to stay with your friends anyway. Bobby had made a wise decision. It may have saved his life. The decision is always yours, and your whole future may depend on making the right one. So no matter where you meet a stranger, be careful if they are too friendly, if they try to win your confidence too quickly, and if they become overly personal. One never knows when the homosexual is about. He may appear normal, and it may be too late when you discover he is mentally ill. So keep with your group, and don't go off alone with strangers unless you have the permission of your parent or teacher.
They can't be serious, can they? Shit, the queerphobic conspiracy theory that all queer people are predators really isn't anything new in my homeland, and this PSA proves it. Don't even try to hit me with that, well, each women giving time bullshit. It's still fucked up to portray all gay men as pedophiles. And you may be saying, well, the PSA only shows one gay man as a pedophile. Ralph was the only one who went after Jimmy. But it states in the dialogue that they view all gay men as pedophiles. You know, saying homosexuals are the same as predators. And later, in the PSA, you see other gay pedophiles that are murderers. Now, I'm not saying gay predators that are also murderers don't exist. Look at Jeffrey Dahmer. He openly used America's institutionalized homophobia and racism to procure his victims. But it's the fact that they say all gay men will rape or murder you that makes this sickening. As much as I Am Autism tried to demonize us, they never fucking called us all child molesting murderers. I may not be gay, I'm bisexual, but I lean more lesbian, so is there really a difference? That's not important. And I'm not a man either. I'm trans femme non-binary. And this still left me feeling hurt. And for that reason, I'm pulling a little Uzi Vert, standing on my money, which albeit still leaves me only 6 feet even, and saying, this is the #1 worst PSA of all time. Well, that was a load of flaming hot garbage, but they were fun to rip apart. Well, ladies, gentlemen, and fellow non-binary daisies, you have reached the end of another video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and follow my blue sky. Please don't be weird when you see me. And if you've done all these things, Antonia out. Peace.